And by now, I'm guessing that we should be live. How's everybody doing? This is another exciting MML match. Season 7. We are now in week 5. Teams are making their final push for the coveted playoffs. Here you are looking at the leader table for the Death Valley Conference, Wasteland Athletic Conference, Play Pool. These conferences have been teamed up with each other for this year to form, for this season to form this schedule. And you're looking at the leaderboard right now. So far, only one game has been played this week, and that's been for this Play Pool. Walking Dead Reanimated winning over the Thugs of Weldrake. So what we will see here is Bill Cower Power Hour try to maintain their spot at number 1 by pulling ahead of Walking Dead Reanimated, or keeping their place by winning this game. And meanwhile, triperis and his team Dream Wild also wants to have that number 1 spot. So I think going into this game, both of these teams probably started in the number 1 position, tied with a 2-2-0 record, and now they're going to be fighting over who takes the top spot here in the play pool. Of course, if there's a draw, there will be a 3-way tie for first, and this play pool will be even more interesting. So let's take a quick look at the teams because they're loading up now. They're taking the field. They're coming out of
I'm
the
not sure
tunnels.
you are transmitting, just
What's that?
at least I don't see I'm not sure you are transmitting. I don't see
Oh, really?
your Twitch live.
That's weird because it says I'm on air. That's strange. Okay, it says microphone, audio, and gameplay are being broadcast, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm live. I'm looking at my Twitch now.
Yeah,
Alright, so
I can see
hopefully,
live now.
yeah, hopefully there wasn't too much of a delay because I'm not repeating all that talking I just did. Let's take a quick look at the teams. The teams are already on the field, I think, going through their opening warm-ups. They're doing stretches. They're stretching each other out. They're doing little on-the-field jumping jacks. People are getting each other hype. The Bill Cower Power Hour is picking random fans out of the audience and punching them in the stomach to get warmed up. On the other side, you got Dream Wild, who is what is that they're doing? Are they doing a choreographed little dance to get ready? Okay, all right, I see how they're doing. Teamwork is done in different ways. So let's take a look at the home team, which today is Dream Wild, and see what they're about. Taking a look at 1930, pretty high TV. They say we share one dream, and I wonder what that dream is. The player wearing the number 1 number is Mitchell Platinum. That's the Ogre. The Ogre is a stand firm guy with break, tackle, and guard, and he's definitely a guy that's kind of the linchpin of the team here. Also, Rain Smutzer and Hildred Smutzer. I'm wondering if they're brothers or cousins. I'm not sure, but they sure play alike. They might even be twins because they got the same exact skill set here. Guard, mighty blow, and tackle to go with their block skill. And it looks like Harry Wanger, another guy who's is an admirer of Harry Warthog of sorts, and kind of an ode to that. The team hired him after starting off the season against the Thugs of Weldrake in a contentious match. And look at Aaron Ramshaggy. That guy's like a vamp human. Strength and agi up, and yeah, this team can bash with you, and they can do passy stuff. And from what I understand, they're very entertaining. Um, in the different matches. We'll be playing at Sweet Dreams Stadium, which is a magic dome where the weather is always nice. So weather will not be a factor here. Let's take a look at the visiting team. This team really needs no introduction. They are an icon in the MML. These guys have been around since season 2. Basically every season, More Shots picks a new theme, and this season is the season of the Chaos Monkey. And he says expect failure according to the motto. We'll see. 2120 TV, so it looks like he's been giving up. He's going to give up some inducements, and I think it's about 200 because I've been told that Dream Wild hired a wizard with the petty cash they were afforded and a babe. However, not to be outdone, the Bill Cower Power Hour went ahead and hired in More Shots' words, a cash money wizard. So there is a wizard on the field, and even after that, there's still 190,000 gold in the bank. So I wonder if that was the case before he hired the wizard, or was he? Nah, he couldn't have been packing that much bank walking into this game. That's anyway. 10 fan factor. So Dream Wild's pretty popular with 9,000 fans on their permanent season pass holder list. Bill Cower Power Hour is probably one of the top league teams in this area with a fan factor of 10, marking 10,000 fans. Of course, Irish Car Bomb, a more recent guy, kind of like a sophomore player. I think this may be his second season now in the league. Really made his mark with, the claw palm ability as the Chaos Warrior. Knob Creek has been a mainstay for a while, survived multiple assassination attempts early on by the league, and he's fearsome. Maker's Mark is a guy, he's definite role player. He doesn't get the same fanfare that the other two get, but definitely a guy you need to be afraid of with the mighty blow tackle and that tail. It makes him hard to escape from. And Jack Daniels, solid blodging Chaos Warrior with guard. This team is full of people that play different roles. They're a lot of fun to watch. They're famous for the Beastman leap in the semifinals last season. They went all the way to the finals, and they're trying to come back and do big things here. All right, all of that talking done, these guys should be through the warm-ups and have started the match. So I'm going to focus here on Cabal Vision Crystal Ball, find the game, and take us to the field. So, saying what's up to the chat, this is a good time for that. Beers, oh yeah, phone back up. He got through the charger and is running. He's cheering on the Bill COWher Power Hour. And we're still loading in. Who else is in the chat? Shout me out, man. I'm here alone in the booth. Yeah, I still got work to do tonight, but I can't miss this game. And on top of that, Shots was kind enough to just announce for my game against my Hopeless Necromantics against the Repulsive Rattlings. So I figure the least I could do is I figure I'm gonna be watching the game anyway. I might as well be talking smack. And Beers, I love hanging out with you in the booth. Why don't you? Oh yeah, you're not in front of your console, obviously. So, but anyway, so. Let's back it up a little bit so we don't miss any of this action, because it looks like Bill COWher Power Hour received. So we're gonna see, we're gonna catch every single action here on the field. We're not gonna miss anything, including the coin toss. And there's the Goblin ref. I'm guessing the Power Hour won the toss. So the default here, the crystal ball always focuses in from the home team side, but we are going to switch the camera to the offense angle just cause, I don't know, it's a little more exciting. So if anybody else is out there in the chat, please go ahead and shout me out. If you want to jump in the booth, man, I could use a partner. Anyone. Especially if you've never done it before. It's a lot of fun. And there we go. There would be a gust of wind that carries that ball, but there's a magic dome in effect, so no gust in effect. A deep kick, and the first block of the match is an injury. The Power Hour setting the tone. Knob Creek hurting people. Look at that. That looks like the Knob Creek of old. He's been getting a lot of crap talking from the other coaches around the league, calling him Knob Meek. But this season, he's been a little more violent than in the last couple of them. In fact, people don't know this, but Knob Creek is the conference leader for the Death Valley Conference in the most violent category. He has caused 5 casualties this season before this match, and now he's already got 6. So, making his way up that chain. Trying to catch the current leader, who is Shawn Michaels of the Hopeless Necromantics, who may or may not have added to that total today against the Repulsive Rattlings. And pass picked up by Stolichnia, and Stolichnia likes to pass. And why not? He's gonna pass it to Sky, and now Dreamwild is going to retaliate. They move Mitchell Platinum, that ogre we talked about, into place. And it's funny, I just talked about Knob Creek being the conference leader for the Death Valley Conference. Well, guess who is the WAC, the Wasteland Athletic Conference's conference leader in most casualties inflicted as well? Yes, the most violent player is Mitchell Platinum, that ogre, with exactly 5 casualties inflicted before this game, which is what Knob Creek started with before he already hurt somebody on the first hit of the game, the first action of the game at all, other than the kickoff. Ooh. The Humans playing it fast and loose with the go for it, and they almost pay for it. But did some extra wind sprints this week, got their speed up. So what would have been normally a trip does not result in that. Ooh, but it looks like they played right into the Power Hour's hands because More Shots loves the chain push. And he does that by using the limp body of Rain Smutzer, knocking off the other player that was marking the ball carrier. A backhand by Maker's Mark. And Knob Creek gives Mitchell Platinum the business. Knob Creek trying to establish, no, I'm going to be the most violent player in this play pool, not you. The Ogre is seeing stars. Irish Car Bomb moves into place. Let's not forget about him. That guy is also a danger to society. Irish Car Bomb is, so while Knob Creek is the most violent player in the DVC, Irish Car Bomb is right now the MML leader in the biggest brutes category, meaning that he has knocked out the most players in the MML as of the conclusion of week 4. He's walking into this match having 8 knockouts under his belt. And of course, the record for the current MML record for most knockouts in a season is 15, which was set by Wrath from the 7 Deadly Sins last season. I think Wrath broke Knob's Creek record from before. Dream Wild tries to retaliate. So that looks like Hildred trying to make the Power Hour pay for giving his brother the business, making him see stars. And it looks like Blue Max wants an invite. Awesome. All right. I'm going to shoot him an invite in a second, as soon as there's a lull in the action here. And actually, since it does not look like we're going to... All right, I'm going to do it right now. Bear with me. Blue Max is going to join me in the booth. There we go. He's invited, and turn 3, we're back. So, it doesn't look like Trippers had his guy swinging anybody. In fact, it looks like, yeah, Galahad Rolf decided to, or actually it may have been Barchal Sigric, decided to dodge away from the contact. Leaving, wow, that's, they just left Rain Smutzer out there to dry. They're like, I mean, that's just asking for the Power Hour to stomp. What's up, Blue? How are you this fine evening? Are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, you can't resist to tune into this game, man. This people have looked forward to this.
I missed yours because I was playing, starting a new season in another league, and I just tied a game with a former champ of that league.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're tuning in for a good game here. These two coaches are they know how to mix it up.
Two teams of destruction. Yeah, I've seen more shots doing, but I really haven't got to see the other guys really play.
Well, Trippers is actually I've watched him play before. He's a good coach. I like his play style. He does some fun stuff. And this should be an interesting match.
Now I've heard him Trip on as a co-announcer with some people, but
yep.
Yeah, I know it. He sometimes gives people a hard time in the Discord chats.
Every once in a while, that was the old Trip. He was just playing devil's advocate. Yeah, no, Trip has recently gone out of his way to switch it up a little bit. Yeah, he's known as Nice Trip now.
Nice Trip, okay.
Nice Trip.
Maybe that's why Preach was putting all these new rules up
No,
for
no, no, no. I mean,
reposting.
no, no, no. That was a long
So
time
that
ago. That
okay,
some people didn't
so
like the devil's advocate attitude and
yeah,
complained about it.
it's like Preach in the Discord chat put up a lot of stuff today.
Yeah, no, that's not related to Trip. I don't think, at least not
Oh,
any
okay.
recent behavior.
Well, it might have been something else. I don't know.
But in
So
any
I didn't
case,
know why. But in any case, getting back to this game, yeah,
Mitchell Platinum finally gets
yeah,
up. So
yeah,
I don't know if you caught me saying this matchup involves the two leaders in the conference, the two most violent players in this play pool, and that's Knob Creek and
yeah.
Mitchell Platinum.
Yeah, I saw that on just the amount of blocks that they do. Both teams, huge number of blocks
Yeah,
per game.
but these two are not matched up on each other currently. They're
Right.
Mitchell Platinum in the middle of the field, of course, from Knob Creek all the way on the right side. There's a lot of tail on this team as compared to most teams, because most people don't even have tail.
Yeah,
but
there is a lot of tail.
but Shots likes that. He likes to put you in contact with his dangerous players, and then he doesn't like the LV or dodgy people trying to dodge away. Shots is like, if you're gonna fight me, you're gonna stand here and fight until one of us falls. You're not gonna do this running crap.
Yeah. Now, does he have tackle go along with the tail?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He definitely
Okay.
believes in tackle. In
Because I'm
fact, I
not
think
seeing it.
Shots calls it. Well, what he would prefer. He's been lobbying, of course, to have tail stack. If you're
Oh
sitting in
yeah, tail
the
stack.
yeah, so he calls it stackle tail. That's what he would like. But right now, unfortunately, it's just tackle tail.
Yeah.
Here comes the hit. Aaron Ramshigi is gonna let Stephen Gotkowski have it. I think he's trying to exploit that niggle on Stephen Gotkowski. Stephen Gotkowski has a niggling injury in a smashed knee that keeps bothering him to this day. So Aaron Ramshigi comes over there and tries to kick him in the knee, but Stephen is he knows people are always trying to go for that knee, and so he's able to swiftly back up and dodge the attack. Uppercut
Okay.
Superman kick. I mean
Awesome.
punch. It's delicious seeing stars.
Just a push.
Yeah, Dreamwild trying to mix it up with this Chaos team, and the thing about Chaos is they're not quite Norse. Like you say Norse is a glass cannon because they get the 87, so it's you know they're aggressive, but if you hit them early and you break that armor, you can take them down. Chaos only
Mm.
has armor 8 for the most part, so these beastmen you can take them down, but also the skills that they have can be very dangerous. So it's kind of one of these you really gotta watch it. Looks like the humans are trying to go toe to toe with them though, and it's not going really well. Mitchell Platinum keeps getting He's getting sent to the ground in a violent way. That's got to add up. Those
Yeah,
blows.
yeah. What's that? Did he have claw? Yeah, he had claw.
There's a nasty
Yeah, with that
backhand,
claw on Chaos, that's helping them break some of that armor.
and there's that claw palm. And Aaron Ramshiki
Yeah.
is going to be stunned by Irish car bomb.
That player better get up. Nothing good comes from spending any time on the ground in this game.
Both of these players got brutes. So Irish car bomb leads the MML and most players knocked out. Other people with significant stats that are on the field right now. Knob Creek has knocked 4 people out this season so far. So in 4 games before this. Rain Smutzer of Dream Wild has knocked 3 people out. We got some hitters. Knob Creek sending Hans Agrene to the ground.
Yeah,
Also,
COWher has no reserves. The other team does. Zippers has got a couple
yeah, that
sitting
could
in
be
the
the difference
box.
too. That's
Yeah.
why he's willing to mix it up. So we talked about the 5 casualties inflicted by Knob Creek, but Irish Carbomb's not far behind. He's got 4. And right behind him is Ram Chancellor with 3. So this whole team, it's hard. There's a nasty hit. Bill Ramanowski wants to get included in the violence category. He's only able to manage a stun, though. And Harkot volts a seeing stars. Worm Sap jumps away, and they're screening off the ball carrier here. Shots has openly said he hates caging. So, nice little loose screen over here.
What's gonna do?
Gives them some options.
Both teams got wizards, right?
Yes. And just as you said that, the wizard comes from the human side, and Sky looks up.
Oh, wow.
Ineffective. Sky just feels a drop of rain fall on his head instead of any lightning.
Yeah.
There's the wizard fumbling around. Oops, wrong spell. Looking back to his list is, oh well, I tried. That's all that's in my contract. So he's packing it up and leaving. No money back or anything.
Put that wand away.
That's why you pay the extra money. You get the guys from Hogwarts. They know how to make it happen. I'm scouring this field to see if we have any killers.
So he has the stadium that gives both of them wizard then? Is that what it is?
No, actually,
No.
Oh! So...
Oh, they got the magic dome for weather, right?
Right.
Yeah,
so Harry Wager tries to take a swing over here at, who is that he tried to hit? That was Stephen Gokowski. Stephen Gokowski countered, punched him in the face, and knocked him out. Yeah, no, so it's the stadium is the Magic Dome, the stadium upgrade, but the wizard basically, Triperis used his petty cash on a babe and a wizard, I believe. Right, so I think he had 200,000 in petty cash for use, and then Shots knew that Trip was probably going to buy a wizard, so he went cash money and bought a wizard just for this match out of his own money.
Yes, nice to have that extra gold.
Yep, well, if he uses that wizard, and the wizard is as ineffective as Trip's wizard, I think he's going to be pretty angry. He came out of his pocket for 150. And the rumor is Shot still has some friends from inside Orcatraz that might be willing to make him, do some favors for him. Somebody needs to be paid a visit. By the way, we do have a couple killers on the field. In the MML, through 4 weeks, we have had 24 different players kill at least one person. In fact, only 2 of them have killed more than one. The 2 leading killers in the MML have killed 2 people each. Other than that, the other 22 have killed 1. 2 of those killers are on the field now. One is Irish Carbomb, and the other one is Mitchell Platinum, the Ogre. The Ogre doesn't look like a killer right now. He looks like a victim.
Yeah, I know. He's just looking for bugs. He's trying to sniff them out down there on the ground.
And Power Hour seems to be getting ready to move that ball carrier. He moves into place.
He's got it well screened off now. You don't have to worry about the wizard anymore.
Right. And how will Trip respond? Yeah, he doesn't even have the movement to get there. You might be able to mark him at best.
Yeah, mark him at best.
unless he wants to go right through those tackle zones.
Yeah, I mean, he can actually, yeah, blitz through to, but then still he has to do dodges and go through all the tackle zones.
Yep. So Mitchell Platinum gets up. By the way, we've been talking about Sky a lot, right? And Sky, I think, is the person holding the ball right now. Yeah. So Sky, I know that name because I just did stats today. Sky's actually one of the. He is the DVC conference leader in receptions. Believe it or not, it's that beast man right there. So I guess that because of his extra arm, he's pretty good at catching. So
yeah.
We saw in the beginning, he had another beastman ran over, picked it up, and made the throw and to Sky, and it's just get the ball to Sky. More it's Stalichnia, yeah. So they get the little relay. Stalichnia passes it, Sky receives it. Schatz has said before, it's kind of his dream one day it's his goal one day to break the MML single game team passing record, which is currently at 9 passes completed. He's come close before. I think he's gotten 8 in one game, but has still never reached 9.
There's the blitz on the beast man behind, but it wasn't enough to take him out. Yeah, they're hoping to get rid of this. All these other guys.
There we go. Oh, Maker's Mark. Punched to the ground by Viscount Advar. And Maker's Mark does not look happy about that.
Taking some of the guys down, gonna make it a little bit more difficult for him to delay the score.
I'm talking about Sky as well. Sky is not a conference leader, but he does have some significant rush yards. He's already got 202 rush yards on the season. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, you can see why with the block and dodge to go along with the movement.
Right. He's got 2 conference mates ahead of him, though. Not by much, but... movement 7 on a Beastman makes him a decent offensive option. Uh-oh. There's that pylon. Steven Godkowski. It's ineffective. And the human's armor is holding up pretty decently.
Yes. Because they've only lost with 1 and 1's not down.
There's a backhand from Knob Creek, but he's just not getting it done. Also, not to keep, bringing Sky up, but he's also he's tied for the conference lead in most scores. He's got 4 touchdowns in the year already, so he's trying to make it 5 now, so he can pull ahead of Graveskull from The Walking Dead Reanimated.
Yeah, this right now he can walk in without a problem.
I think Dream Wild's leading scorer is Aaron Ramshigi. He's only got 2 though. And Horny Saragusa, he's gonna give Hans Angerny the business, knock him down. Doesn't knock him out though. Oh, no stalling here.
Yep.
That's shots sending a message. Hey, we ain't stalling. We're gonna run the score up on you. Sky runs into the end zone, spikes it, makes a scary face into the camera. I'm sorry, give me a second. I gotta be right back. I gotta blow my nose.
Okay. One of the knockout players comes back. Bill COWher setting up the defense. See if they got any one pair. They got a lot of strength, but they don't really have the speed on Triperis' team. But he's got three turns to put it in the end zone. That's for any human team. That's plenty. You know, more shots is going to give him the sidelines. He says, "Go ahead, go up the sideline. I don't care."
Well, yeah, in a way, but he's still. I mean, he's got enough. The thing about chaos teams is because those beastmen have the horns, any of them are a threat. You know, to disrupt whatever you're trying to do over there because they don't need assists or anything like that. And the way he sat them back, you know, they're giving up enough ground. He's got them back so they can be effective and pretty much touch any part of the field. And these humans managed to snake back there. So doesn't look like the humans are going to be able to really establish a reliable cage downfield necessarily. I don't know. I think that maybe.
Well, they do. What I notice about the human team is the strength up on several of the players.
Oh, true.
Yeah, and that makes for a good cage, plus all the guard he has.
True. Some don't like to give up that wide zone. I see why Shots is doing what he's doing. The problem is like when you spread your team out too thin, then you can't pull everybody and react where you need to go.
Kick. And the quarterback gets under it.
I'm going to switch camera angles.
Bobbles the ball.
And we are now looking at it from the human perspective. And here comes the parade of hits.
Gonna put another guy over there to make sure if he does bobble that ball again, he's got someone protecting it. Alright, where's the attack gonna be? It's right here in the middle of the field.
A little push.
Yeah, that's where Dream Wilder's got to try to even things up here. Gotta knock out some chaos.
They've lost one, but they still had reserves, as you pointed out before. So, I mean, attrition-wise, these teams are even right now.
Right.
Although I'm sure that Dream Wild would not mind making that even more, or taking an attrition lead. But the LOS blocks just are ineffective.
Yeah. They pushed them off. Now this ogre does have stand turn.
Right. I don't know what the purpose of running that guard piece over and marking them up. Oh, okay, so he's trying to mark the guard pieces to keep them from moving and then allowing them to hit somewhere else. This is smart. Except it could backfire because...
Right. Deep blitz. Nice hit.
Oh! Flying uppercut, and Bill Ramanowski is going to be taking a nap.
Yeah, I've seen Bill in a couple other games. He is a key defensive player.
Yep. And now Tripp is a potential scorer downfield. Oh, the go for it. Too much, and I think Tripp has just burned his last reroll. Yes, he has.
Yeah. Yeah, that go for it, I guess you could say, is a little bit extra, which probably maybe it wouldn't have gone for.
Yeah, the risk analysis maybe It was. I don't know what the extra space got you if it was that important, but no rerolls for the rest of the half for Trip.
Ah, good. He's got the ball.
All right, thrower's got the ball this time.
It is important.
I don't know if he'll move up and put himself in range of anybody hitting him or stay back. Yeah, let's see. He's going to stay back. A little bit of protection in the middle. All right, so we got 3 deep threats. One of them happens to be a blitzer with an agility 4, strength 4.
And the other 2 are catchers with built-in rerolls for the catch. So it's a good 3-turn offense.
All right, he's immediately going for probably the most dangerous threat right now. Puts his guy with tail on him.
Right. Shots has just built his team so well. The power hour's been the careful culmination of several seasons thinking forward.
They have the versatility to play bash and also protect against the agility boom.
And Ram Chancellor decided that Lord Bender's presence is not welcome in his backfield.
Yeah.
The armor break's not coming for the power hour so far. They're heavy hitters. Their mighty blow is just failing against this human armor. Uh-oh, double skulls at first, but yeah, the power hour practices very hard all week, and so they're able to overcome whatever Nuffle throws at them normally. And Horny Saragoose is going to knock out Harkot Volts, or knock down and stun Harkot Volts.
The power hour still got the wizard in their pocket, don't they?
Yep, yes they do.
So things are not comfortable right now. Yep.
Look at that. Shots is decides, look, I'm going to send a threat down there too. You're not just going to get to hang around in your backfield with your thrower. Look for your opportunity. I'm going to put the pressure on you.
At the same time.
All right. How will Dream Wild respond? Will they be scoring this turn? Will they just be setting it up for an 8th turn score? There's a few possibilities.
Yeah, I think right now if he tries to score now, it's going to be a little bit more riskier. I think if he sets up for the next turn, it might be a better chance. But he's got to take care of business of all these free players all around here. There's one of them right there.
Yep. He's smart. Takes Galahad and puts him in Irish Carbom's face. It's smart for the concept of keeping him away from the ball carrier, but it's got to be a little bit scary for Galahad.
That's the thing about the Chaos Warriors compared to Nurgle Warriors. Their agility allows them to dodge out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mitchell Platinum using the blitz to push Worm Sat back. So it does not look like there's going to be a touchdown attempt this turn. I think you're right. He's setting up for next turn.
He's going to have to Tap an intermediate guy somewhere.
Yeah.
You need some knockdowns now, right now. I mean,
Yeah, he's not getting them. It's just a lot of pushes and positioning.
Is the assist going to be enough to come out on top?
And Aaron Ramsey is going to push Knob Creek back.
yeah, he don't have the luxury of that reroll that he burned last time.
Right. Yeah, Beer saying, commenting that there's tails everywhere.
You think it's a rat team?
Oh wow! So Tripp is not waiting until turn 8. He's gonna go
Oh
YOLO
no!
right out,
Oh
passing
my
right over
God!
Beastman like that. And the pass is inaccurate, but oh, is
Oh,
it?
he gets
A
a lucky
bounce
bounce.
pass right into Rain Smutzer's hands does not result in a turnover, but you have to think he's not safe. He's not safe
Yeah,
over there.
I don't know about taking that much of a risk like that, too.
Mm. Yeah, it's very, very risky.
So that didn't count as a failed catch since it hit the ground?
No, as long as it's, yeah, hits the ground as bounce pass caught by somebody.
Okay.
Nope, there's the 2-9 block they wanted. It doesn't turn out the way they wanted.
Mm-mm.
Sky gets pushed backwards by Rain Smutzer. I'm sorry, not Sky. Sky pushes Rain
Yeah,
Smutzer backwards.
it's much there,
Right.
yeah.
And
Against the
Knob Creek has
blitz.
seen enough. He's like, my friend asked you for the ball nicely. I won't be so nice about it.
Alright. There is a tackle zone on the ball.
Now, there's 2 tackle zones on the ball.
The humans, I don't think got any high agility. They're about the only thing they can hope for is a quarterback pick that up again.
Right. Uh-oh, wait. Are we... It's one of... Okay. Extra assist on Harry Wanger, and Stolichnia is going to give him the business.
And push a lot of other guys in the process.
Yeah. And Maker's Mark is going to introduce Viscount Advar to his mighty blow. Viscount just takes it on the chin like a champ. Irish car bomb with the 1-die block on Galahad Rolf, and this is what Galahad Rolf and what Tripp were afraid of. We're not going to see Galahad for the rest of this match. He's badly hurt. He's shaken up.
That's a big loss for them. That
Yeah.
poor guy.
Yep. And the ball is right there, and there are 2 open receivers. But the question is, can the Power Hour? I mean, can the humans, can Dream Wild free that ball up?
Well, you know he's going to take some wild chance. He already did it on the original pass. You know, I mean, if you're going to do something like that, why hold off not trying it again? Yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting him to pass to a normal receiver like that with all the people in the way and tackles on.
Right. So he's going to put
Yeah.
an assist right now on Horny Saragusa, which makes me think the attack is probably coming from Hildred Smutzer or, yeah, I'm imagining Hildred Smutzer depends with,
He does have several choices. Yeah, that was a good charge call.
there you go,
In
they're going to
fact,
try
we
to
can push him on the
disturb the
ball.
ball. Yeah, that's
Oh,
exactly
no,
what's.
he's not going to go for this. No, he's not going to push on the
Oh,
ball.
okay.
Okay.
I see what he's doing. Maybe not.
Oh yeah, the ogre's going to push him away. Yeah, that works.
Mmm. A little stun action there. And, see, the problem is the guy with tail is still standing next to the ball.
I know.
That's an issue. But Trip says, screw it. I'm going to jump in there. I'm going to grab the ball from his face.
And he has his agility 4 guy there too to catch.
Yeah. Trip trying to calculate the odds here.
Yeah.
And he's decided to pass right with... Oh, right in his face.
Oh,
He
it's right
is not
there, right in his
intimidated.
face. He
passes right with Knob
no
Creek.
fear.
None at
No
all.
fear.
Oh, wow. Wow, highlight that. 1-1.
Yeah, highlight that one.
Aaron Ramshigi with a score after a brilliant, brilliant pass by that thrower. Somebody get his name. Gotta run to the bathroom real quick.
So we have a tie game going into halftime. Last play, pass or touchdown. 2 out for Dream Wild. The knocked out player for Power Hour is back in the game. Full amount of players on the pitch because Dream Wild had reserves. And by getting that touchdown, Dream Wild is in the driver's seat because they are getting the ball. We've got practically the whole team on the line of scrimmage. And Hans Agerney, guy that made this happen, giving the tie by passing it to his blitzer. High kick. I assume his quarterback's going to go back, get that ball. He's having a hard time fielding them kicks.
Yeah, but once he gets the ball in his hands, he's an excellent thrower.
Yeah.
So Tripp had 2 throws. One is Hans Angerny, rather. Two
Yeah.
strength 4 throwers. I didn't realize they were both throwers.
Yeah, that is unusual to have 2 straight 4 throwers. So
I was
this
thinking it
guy's
was a
going to have
loss to not have the strength 4 ball carrier, but he's like, no problem. I got another strength 4 ball carrier, and he actually throws better.
Yeah, he throws better, yeah.
Ice in his veins, staring down Knob Creek and throwing right over his head.
Yeah, with the strength 4 thrower, he can almost stay back there by himself.
Yeah, Chaos has decent speed, but Nothing. It's not like, if you do that to L's, they'll flood your backfield. But so unlike the last time that the humans received, this time they do make use of those LOS blocks. 2 stuns already.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, 2 stuns.
An Irish car bomb is about to take a hit.
Oh, it uses the wrestle too.
Yeah, wrestle on the ground.
3 of them. And he's already used the blitz, so we won't see that long downfield blitz that we saw at the end of the half.
Right. For a foul here? Is that what we're about to see? And every piece on the power hour is important. It's high value, so Trip does like the foul when it's open. And
well, he's got enough guys running around to do it, but decided not to. I don't know. Oh, there he goes.
Wow, that thrower just does not like balls. Has trouble picking them up. And when he gets it in his hands, he wants it out of his hands as fast as possible, so he throws it very well.
All right, they are coming upfield. Hope to put pressure on this quarterback. That quarterback don't get it together and get that ball up in his hands, he will be in trouble.
Yeah, whatever's going on back there, this dude needs to get his stuff together and fast. This is going to get real scary for him if you don't. Okay, I'm starting to put the pressure on at midfield. Marking the humans up. Generally being a nuisance. And Ram Chancellor is going to go after Aaron Ramshigi. And oh, that second blow breaks his armor. Aaron Ramshigi's, oh my lord, I see stars. It's a blinding white light.
But you're not going to score right now.
Definitely not. Alright. The humans seeing what's happening over there in midfield, they don't like it. And Michel Platinum is going to respond by pushing Horny Saragusa backwards.
There we go. A little interference with the approaching beastman.
Smart. He doesn't want to get the backfield flooded, and he doesn't want shots to be dictating the pace here. Two-die block, an Irish car bomb. This guy's just resilient. Rain Smutzer's going to follow up on him.
Well, should allow the guys laying down to get up and
Yeah.
He only has 5 movements, so there he goes. He ties up to one player.
Trip just has no fear. It's a lot of trust in his human armor. Well, I guess not that much trust because he set up the blitz. And Hildred Smutzer with the mighty blow unable to do anything to Stalishnia. But he's able to knock him down.
You gonna let him stay there or gonna type another play with him? No. He'll say, I'll wait back here, look for another target.
Right.
He does have that mighty blow, you know, too. The tobacco mighty blow. Block, that's a good one for going after ball carriers. Well, quarterback finally picks up the ball. He's going to sit back here a little bit.
I'm sure that had him worried for a sec there.
Yeah.
One die block is not successful, and Harry Wanger is getting knocked off the pitch. Harry Wanger knocked out. He's going to take a short nap. We'll see if we see him back in this game. Tripper's drawing up a play on the playbook. I mean, not Trippers, sorry. More shots drawing up his play, and now the Chaos are moving. And are they? Oh, Bertolf Sigrick is injured. These casualties are starting to mount up. Knob Creek takes his pound of flesh, and you can chalk up another casualty inflicted for Knob Creek. He's up to 7 now on the season. Knob Creek is back. The boogeyman is back. He is terrorizing these humans.
Okay, so we're starting to see the casualties now.
Yeah, look at that. 3 injured humans and a knockout.
Alright, looks like, yeah, the pressure's gonna come from the right side.
And Bill Romanowski laying an overhand claw on Hildred Smutzer, rather. And Hildred Smutzer is knocked out. The Smutzer brothers not having a great day. And the Chaos are just slowly starting to make their way down the field. There's no rush. They're just maintaining their zones and kind of just clearing out everybody who stands in their way before they keep pushing downfield in an orderly fashion.
Yeah, they got them contained too.
Absolutely. Mitchell Platinum, though, goes over and puts a body on these 2 beastmen. And looks like the ball carrier, Hans Angrenay, is going to run to the other side of the field, putting himself...
Well, he's going to have to get himself a target downfield somewhere. But he's starting to run out of protection. Nice block there. Definitely needed that one.
Yeah.
The Chaos Warrior is actually arranged to tie them up.
Yeah, I saw that as well. But
And his guy just does a little dodge around. I would have thought. Mm,
and
yeah, the Blitz. Oh, wow.
Ramshiki tries to fight his way out of that corner. You see, he doesn't like
Yeah,
being cornered there, and it's before he
that
can
was a
even
good.
stand all the way up. Maker's Mark just knocks him to the ground.
Mm,
Yeah, he didn't want to get stuck with the both down, right? Because then he's standing up and he gets surfed. So that's why
yeah,
he re-rolled it,
yeah.
hoping to get a push, but at least.
Yeah, right now, the Dream Wild needs the blocks to come their way, and they're kind of.
A
Well, he
lot
didn't
of
come all the way up there
patience.
to time up.
A lot of patience. More shots says, I'm not going to spend the go for it, so I'm just going to creep up,
Mm-hmm.
maintain my position, and put pressure on you. Worm Sap taking a swing at Rain Smutter. Unable to knock him down. And Steven Golkowski will push Viscount Advar back as well. Ram Chancellor's just been patiently sitting back there in the safety role, along with Irish Carbomb, who's kind of a linebacker right now. And now there's going to be a linebacker blitz. Irish Carbomb going for
Yeah.
Harcourt Volts, hoping to take him out, and he won't. He's just going to knock him down. Are we going to see a pylon? Nope. He's going to hold his position.
No. He's getting out. It's coming on like a full-on blitz on the quarterback.
Stolichnia gets downfield too. Here's the thing: if the humans aren't careful and that ball gets knocked loose, Stolichnia is going in that end zone.
Okay.
Actually, they got a couple people. Sky is in the vicinity too, so all they need is that ball free. So Trip has to be very careful here. You do not want to lose the ball with those three characters down the field. Very patient of more shots. This is definitely the boa constrictor approach.
Yeah. That he's slowly tightened it up on him.
I know a lot of coaches that would have took the shot on the ball carrier with the go for it. The last turn, Marshot says, "No, I'm just going to bring these three guys and maintain the roles and wait for
Oh
something like
no.
this to happen."
Yeah.
That that's
Yeah,
the
there
difference maker.
again, I don't even know if that was worth taking that chance on that.
That is the difference maker right there. And the Power Hour is not going to forgive that.
And this is a Chaos Warrior with guard on it right now, so he's got the assist.
Here comes the boom. Stolichnia will deliver the killing blow to loosen the ball. Hans Angrene will give that up. The ball comes loose and call this Power Hour touchdown number 2. But first, a word from our sponsors. Punch Face, Punch Face pillows for when you really need to go to sleep.
Right. He says, "Wait a minute, we don't want to waste any of these hits before
Exactly.
we score."
Knob Creek. Introducing Fenority to a little bit of Punch Face. Rain Smutzer plays little patty cake with Warm Sap. He says, "No thanks, no Punch Face for me, please." And then Stephen Golkowski, though, is going to say, "Here, Viscount, how about some Punch Face?" And says, "Sure, I'll have some. Can I just lay down here and take it? Yeah, lay right there. Look at the stars. And while you're down there, I'm
And the
just gonna jump
pylon.
on top of you with my big hooves, and we'll just take this
Oh,
injury
okay.
too. Viscount Arvar is gonna be badly hurt, and he's not gonna return to this match.
Yeah, right now it's like an avalanche and you can't stop it.
Right now, Dream Wild is having a wild nightmare, and it's full of horned goatmen destroying it. And what is in store for Mitchell Platinum? Good things? I doubt it. And Irish Car Bomb is going to hit him with the hee. And those claws break through
Yeah.
the armor. Mitchell Platinum is stunned. And that's not enough, though. That is not enough for Irish Car Bomb,
Whoa.
who's going to put him away for the rest of the match with a smashed hand.
Yeah,
And he's going to miss the next game as well.
yeah,
Ouch.
he got that car of a man just out of there.
Ay, ay, ay. Veteran moves. Shots knows he's about to do something risky and picking up a ball, so might as well move everybody else in a position with all the easy stuff before I do the thing that's most likely to fail. Not a big chance of failure at all, but if everything went wrong, could be. Alright, extra arm picks up the ball easily. Sky is spiking the ball again, and it is 2-1 power hour.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna take the lead and scoring. Isn't
At this rate, no, I doubt it. We have a freaking, we have a player with like 11 touchdowns already.
he? Oh, 11 touch. Oh,
In
that's
4
right.
games.
That's the Wood Elf team.
You turned.
Oh, Utah. Yeah.
Harrelson's very own U-turn with 11 touchdowns. I think that is the current MML record as well for. Yeah, his teammate Sillalith Sprint Champ hit that record last season. He tied it last season, 11. And the guy that held it before them, the guy that set it was Sornerd from the White Owls, and tied by another Wood Elf catcher. And now there's that Wood Elf catcher's teammate is going to be the next guy who breaks it probably. So actually, the leader on touchdowns on the Bill COWher Power Hour, yeah, it was Sky. He's also the tied for the conference lead in the DBC. This gives him 5, I think. Did he score the first touchdown too? Sky?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then that's 6 for him. Wow, that's good. But I mean, he's nowhere near the 11 that U-turn has. But it would put him ahead of the second place Grouth from the Wrecking Crew if Grouth doesn't score any this week.
But for a chaos team, that's outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the wind it's windy outside the dome, but in the dome, everything is just perfect. Perfect weather, serene. It's like a Bob Ross painting.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw this magic bubble. And there could be clouds outside the bubble. Back to the LOS. Aaron Remshigate has had enough. Knocks Jack Daniels down, but can't break the armor. That is heavy, imposing armor.
Yeah, they haven't been able to put anybody out. Been knocking them down, but nobody out.
Yeah, Chaos armor is held up. Warren Sapp's
I'd say that's really been a big difference in the game.
absolutely.
Not being able
And it's a mighty blow, another mighty blow, and the armor 8 is holding up like a monster. And here comes the blitz. And Harkon Volts lays Steven Gotkowski out. He doesn't like that beast man hanging around, threatening. That he's gonna knock him down. He's not gonna break ranks. And then he's gonna Voluntarily put his guard wrestler in contact with Maker's Mark. This could go very badly for him. It has gone badly for him.
Yeah, it has.
Ooh. Little dodge fails. Who left that leg out there? Oh, it was Sky. And there's nobody on the ball. Thankfully for Trip, the Chaos, again, don't have anybody that could get in there and cause problems like that, but it does delay Trip a little bit because now he's got to go back for it. And he's only got 3 turns left. So I'm sure he wouldn't want to spend most of his turns sitting back there.
No, not this case.
That's why you gotta do the easy
He has
stuff
3
first.
turns, but he's going to have to pull off some magic here.
Yeah, because that ball is deep.
To me, he kind of tied up just then. His most dangerous player.
Irish Car Bomb coming in, doesn't get the job done at first, but his extra training this week helps him out. This is why we practice. Just a vicious backhand. He's gonna knock Rain Smutzer out.
Yeah, the Smutzer brothers are all being escorted off the field.
Yeah, they haven't had a good day. They've been abused. Yeah, like you said, normally this human team is used to bullying other teams. They're not used to getting bullied.
No.
But it's happening.
Yeah, I'm sure anybody that's played Power Hour, I tell you that. It's just like everybody gets a T-shirt that says "I survived Power Hour."
I got wrecked by Bill Cower Power Hour, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Yeah.
You see Trip gearing up for a final strike here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Sky's 7
next
movement.
level up would probably be a strong arm on that guy. Would help.
He needs doubles for that, I think.
Yeah.
You're talking about the thrower, right?
Yeah, the thrower. Yeah, because he's been playing deep with him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The blitzer was able to blitz away, but he's coming back here just to protect the thrower.
Smart, because Sky can mark him up and cause an issue. Look at that. 1-die block. Hardcut Bolts comes through in the clutch. Knocks Ram Chancellor down. Unfortunately, he's not able to put him away. That's going to send him downfield. Just wow, the war of attrition is clear. The kill box is clearly won right now by the humans. And oh, another failed dodge. Snake Eyes. power shots putting everywhere. He's covering. Putting people everywhere he's covering, rather. He's not inclined to get too aggressive. Right now he doesn't have to. He's up. So the pressure is on triperis to do some desperate measures to try to score. And Irish Car Bomb knocks Hildred Smutzer out, basically making sure that Trip has nobody at the midpoint line now, the midfield line rather, to relay the ball. This is looking hopeless. Wow.
Yeah, smells like a good old-fashioned fight.
Yeah, this was, wow. Just, the Power Hour, just very, very methodical in their approach. They didn't rush anything. They were very patient. They're not cool. We'll just set up so you can't push forward or run anywhere, and you take your time. We'll get to you eventually.
Yeah.
Ooh, and they're going to end the turn by using the wizard. So because the wizard doesn't knock the thrower out,
You could still pick it up and throw it.
just
Yeah.
get right back up. Pick it up and throw it, or hand it off even. He's trying to see if there's a way he can score now. Oh, man.
That's the problem he's had the whole game. Sometimes
Absolutely. That is a bad situation. Hans Agrene, he gets a little scared there. He sees, all of those beastmen and chaos players staring him down. Most importantly, he sees Jack Daniels. He's looking at him like a piece of meat, and he's like, And here comes the boom. Stelishnia just pushes Hans away. The ball is now open. This guy's gonna get there and score. He can pick up the ball just fine. He's not nervous. His palms aren't sweaty. And that is
3 touchdowns. Oh boy!
Wow, the hat trick for Sky. All of a sudden, we have a guy really just climbing up the ranks in the scoring department. I mean, he's not touching return yet, but
a player of the week.
potentially. Only one human bothers to get back up and get back on the field. The other guys are just pretending to be dead. They're playing dead. They don't want any part of this anymore. Both sides going to get one more turn, and then this is over. Yeah, Sky walked in with 4 touchdowns, leaving this game with 7. That's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Pretty good.
Well, whoever is his next opponent is certainly going to be keeping an eye out for him.
Yeah. And, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, I mean, just look at that kill box, bro. That is,
Yeah.
you know, Shots takes offense when it's called a chaos kill team. Triperis insists that whether or not Shots wants to be a chaos kill team, his team is good at killing. And that's been a constant source of debate between the two, which I think eventually led Shots to block Trippers for a while on Discord. He didn't want to hear about his killer chaos team. They got 1 point.
Oh, I actually caught
Trippers.
the kickoff.
Yeah, when it doesn't matter, right? That's the way it always works.
Yeah, when it doesn't matter.
At one point, you know, Shots was tired of arguing about it. He said, fine, when we play each other, you're going to see my chaos skill team. And he made good on that promise.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like a chaos skill team has came into town and wrecked shop. And there's Rain Smutzer taking a swing at Steven Golkowski. He's going to break armor and knock him out. Now the humans want to fight? Now you want to have a little backbone? I guess that was out of desperation. They don't want that pylon. Chooses to follow up. Now, yeah, now there's passing, it's catching.
Where was this earlier?
Right. Well, he did have that one beautiful pass at the end of the
Beautiful pass, yeah.
first half. Final hits coming.
A more shot still has a third left. Dream Wild knows that.
Why is he handing the ball off there?
Oh, why did you give him the ball? Dude, you forget that there's a foul on him?
Potato. He's like, here, hold this.
He says, I don't want it, you take it.
And Horny Saragusa goes with the vanity reroll and goodbye Harkon Volts. This is going to sting a little.
Man. He said, I'll remember that. You set me up there.
Here, hold this for a second, my friend. Like, what? Wait a minute. No, don't. Hey! Hey!
Oh, what a dirty trick.
So Shots right now trying to figure out a way that he could chain push into a couple extra blocks with his blitz.
Yeah, he don't have the side steps on his guys, so that's what makes him change things.
Let's see the chain push. Yep, I'm gonna chain push into an extra hit. Yep. With the blitz.
In fact, on both these teams, did anybody have sidestep?
I doubt it. I didn't see it.
No, not, yeah.
There goes the blitz. Rain Smutzer gets knocked down with the Claw Mighty Blow, and he is going to deliver. Oh, no, I guess it didn't go that way.
Yeah, he's trying to ensure that he don't have to face these guys in the playoffs. It seems like.
It looks like he failed the pickup at the end. So wow, final score: the Dream Wild home team 1, Bill COWher Power Hour 3. The tail of the tape really is the 22 armor breaks to 6. Wow.
Yeah, and most of that came in the second half.
Yeah. So I think we more shots here. Are you there?
Yeah, how's it going?
So you and Trip have had healthy debates this season about whether the Bill Power Hour is a chaos kill team or whether the words kill team should be used. At one point, I think you ended the argument by saying, "Fine, I'm going to show you my kill team." Um, and a lot of armor breaks. 22, I think. Yeah, 22 armor breaks to his 6. 51 blocks succeeded to his 41, though. 5 KOs, 5 injuries, just total domination. Uh, yeah, dude. So, do you think he was right about you guys being a kill team, or do you think you just showed him what he wanted to see?
I they're capable of being a kill team, but it's one of those where I don't like the moniker of it.
Right.
You know, it's one of those where yeah, if it's a situation where I could easily fire probably 2 players, load up my bench, and then just go out and as soon as you hit the ground, go out and foul you, and that kind of build.
Right.
I mean, there's ways to make it more of a kill team. I mean, it's one of those where I choose to have players that have other abilities, and it's one of those things where when I hear kill team, you know, everyone's seen that, you know, the open leagues kill team, and it's like, yeah, that is a kill team. That is a team that serves one purpose.
It's one-dimensional, and you guys are definitely.
I don't feel my team, you know, is a kill team. It's a violent team, but it's no more violent than a well-built orc team. A lot of our Norse teams are that way. I mean, it's a bashy team. That's true. But it's to the point also that, I mean, we see werewolves out there that are equally as scary as 90% of the people that I have on my team.
No,
and it's
those
just
guys
one
are
of the,
gentle.
but it's one of those. It's one of those situations where it just takes one player. It doesn't take the entire team. It takes one violent player, and that player takes, you know, 90% of the blitzes, 90% of the pylons. That they're protected better, and it's just one of those things where I think the thing that everyone seems to overlook is the fact that my team actually has to work as a team. You know, I don't have the luxury of just going, okay, this is my one-star player. You know, if I do something, I have to move other players to help, you know, counteract what I've done there and different stuff like that. Where it's to the point where, yeah, I didn't run into his backfield and swarm all of a sudden. Now I don't have the gutter runners to do that kind of thing. So it's like, yeah, I moved up with 2-3 players to kind of take away some options and that kind of stuff. And then, I mean, after I moved up, every single time it seemed like the dice decided just to, you know, shoot him in the foot and just go, no, we're not gonna let you do anything. I mean, there's not much you can do. Like he got diced pretty hard for quite a while there.
His players were intimidated, man. You rolled you're watching you guys function. I think you said it very well. They all, it is a lot of teamwork. I mean, nobody does one thing alone. Nobody runs out there. It's just everything is done with it's like watching a machine work, like cogs in a wheel, which is very impressive.
I watched a lot of Wrecking Crew and the way that they function too. I mean, it started off because I had to play the Wrecking Crew, so I watched kind of how they did different things in that to really kind of get better at. I'm like, well, how are they covering the entire field with black orcs that can only move 4 squares? What are they doing? That kind of thing. It's, you know, and then when playing the Dream Wild, they have a lot of guard. They have as much, if not more, guard than me, so I had to space differently too. Normally, I want to bunch up more so that people come into my guard. Where, you know, if you give Trip an opening, he's going to pack the guard in there. He's going to pound on you. So it's, you know, I had to be very careful with what I did because.
Early on,
early on, it was a struggle many a times. I mean, he's a good coach. He knows the stuff. I mean, it's one of those where you have to be careful. And if he gets an inch, he's gonna take and he's gonna lean on you just like I leaned on him this game. It's just one of those situations that I got the early armor breaks, and I mean once it's 11 on 11 with no bench, I'm starting to feel a lot more comfortable. You know, the tightness in my stomach kind of relieves a little bit. I'm like, okay, this is just a game now. I'm not going to get fouled to death, and the player advantage was gone, so that kind of calmed things down. But yeah, Go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of, so we talked about how your team does more than one thing, and there is one pretty special player on your team. Sky had a monster game.
Yeah,
In addition to
he
winning
was
MVP, he got a hat
always
trick
in
on
the
the
right
touchdowns.
place.
Yeah, it's just 14 SPP from this. I think he's leveling, right? Yeah, he just leveled.
Yeah.
So we have now.
I,
He's
I
probably second place in the scoring race if nobody else has a huge game.
that is the type of player that I want to have on my team. I was between him and Carbomb when Carbomb came up, and I brought up Carbomb, and it was about 3 games after I brought up Carbomb that I'm like, I should have brought the other guy.
So is this a half hour team member?
Sky came up from Bruta for Harry,
Oh,
which
okay.
which was originally going to be an Age of Sigmar team, because it was looking like Harry wasn't going to be able to make the war. So I farmed up a team for that, and then I've got all kinds of. Yeah, it's one of those where I've got a bunch of talented chaos players that were just waiting for a war, and at the last minute it's like, no guys, you're staying on the bench, sorry. So yeah, I've got a bunch of guys that are all ready to go, and it was one of those where like Carbomb came out of there too, and it's just one of those where, like I said, there will be continued changes, if the Power Hour is able to stay in the league. So it's one of those where it may be to the point where I end up selling Irish Carbomb to somebody else, because it's just one of those where, it's a great player, but it's not the build that I want. I'd rather have the guy without pylon. I'd rather have another Maker's Mark or even another one of my Jack Daniels, I think it is, that has block, dodge, and guard. I mean, something like that is more useful than the Claw Mighty Blow pylon. I mean, my team has other needs.
Gotcha. Trip, are you there?
Yep.
So you have definitely, you've been an advocate. I mean, I know that it gets lost in context sometimes. You've actually seemed like a Power Hour admirer for a while. You used the words "kill team" when talking about them, but you definitely respected the what they brought to the table and different things. I think you were talking more just in terms of them being dangerous. And despite the fact that you insisted they were dangerous, you marked them up really early, relied heavily on the guard, and dared them to throw the dice. And that allowed them to land those early casualties and turn the tide very dominantly in their favor. Obviously, also helped out by those situations where your thrower just kept refusing to pick the ball up. But do you think, in retrospect, it was like, if you had to play this team again, would you mark them so aggressively like you did in the beginning of this match?
Definitely. In that particular situation, like Shot said, of course, he wouldn't have liked for me to move my gut pieces to surround his players to get strength advantage. And at that point, I think I had a chain of 4 blocks in the turn. I was sort of getting there, but I needed those injuries. He had 3 niggled guys, I think, which were obvious targets to remove if you want player advantage. But none of my blocks were successful in that regard. Also, shots having wizard meant that for my deep passing thrower, it needed to have a safety next to him all the time, which meant one less player from me for the blocking game. Well, and of course, all the dice, as you saw, especially those quintuple skills in the first half.
It seemed like your entire team, including the wizard, was afraid of the power hour. They just they got some people down the field. They started to fumble the ball. They got nervous. The wizard couldn't cast a spell right. It was just a total meltdown. But there was one moment that was absolutely awesome, and that's when your thrower Hans Angerny just decided, you know what, fork it, and decided to pick the ball up right in Knob Creek's face, throw it over his head for the touchdown at the end of the first half. And at that point, I mean, you had to be thinking, hey, I'm in this to win this, right?
Yeah, that was suddenly a game changer after I failed miserably to defend against our power hour.
Right.
Well, as a result, I think of 5 1s in a row. But I'd rather have this against Power Hour than, for example, next week. But yeah, the way chances work, just like I had that streak of bad luck, I had a streak of reasonable luck with my final turns of first half.
Hey, Moshad, so what were you thinking when that pass happened to tie the game up?
I got done with that move, and I had one player that I couldn't decide if I wanted to position as a tackle zone on the ball or move somewhere else. And I moved him somewhere else, and then I got done. And I looked at it, and I'm like, shit, he's got me. He's gonna score. I left a guy open. I left a thrower open. I didn't put enough tackle zones. I'm like, he's too good of a coach. I screwed this one up. And then yeah, at that point I was already sulking and like sinking into my chair like if I was melting because I was like, here comes the block. Yep, he's not screwing that one. I'm like, the guy's got sure hands. He's picking it up. I'm like, well. My only hope at that point in my head was like, I need an interception, otherwise this is going off without a hitch. There's no way that he doesn't get this one. And yeah, it was just
but
like.
They had safe throw as well, so.
Yeah, it was just one of those where I saw the whole thing coming. I'm just like I played that one wrong. There were too many openings, and then yeah, the only thing I had at that point was I'm like, okay, I'm going in 1-1. I've got a wizard. If I can get a little bit of luck or a break early or something like that, I'll take it. And then I think it was the opening kickoff. I can't remember if he fouled or what he did, but he had a bunch of players right in the center. And I almost fireballed it. I think there was 4 or 5 players. I almost pulled the trigger on the fireball just to try and clear out some players to get numbers advantage back. And I'm like, I'll do it last, and that meant like leaving a couple of players down. I started to kind of move some players around, and then I'm like, I can't throw the fireball. I did that in the playoffs last season, and I got lucky. I'm like, if I throw a fireball here, it's probably gonna dud, and then I'm gonna be in a bad spot. And I in my head I went, I got to play it safe. I can't give him an opening because he's already burnt me once because I didn't play right. So. The whole time was just trying to, slowly make the right moves, keep the pressure on, and then just not give him any options at all. And then at that point, the dice just kind of took over and really kind of didn't give him much option either.
Blue, you have any questions for either of the coaches?
I know it must have really been disheartening when that wizard fizzled on that hit because that was probably your best opportunity to take the ball away at
that time. Well, yeah, but that happens with wizards from time to time, so why not now? It was really disheartening when I threw a double dice blocker right next to it. I re-rolled it, and it was still double skulls, and that's really that stream.
Well, you can't win them all. Let's look at who you got next to the schedule, because this
isn't
over for you.
Are you missing anybody for next week's game?
Ogre, which is good.
Yeah, that's big. You think that's good that you're missing them?
Yeah.
It's because of who you're playing?
Yeah, I'm playing Orcs and...
the Armageddon Avengers.
109 the disadvantage from there, and and we have Armageddon Avengers 140. I should get I think bribes then, unless we lose something important.
Yep, and the Armageddon Avengers
To
are one of
break
those
that armor
teams.
9.
You actually have like 3 teams that are not really in this race. They could theoretically fight their way back in, but the Thugs have three draws, 2 losses. The Armageddon Avengers 3 draws, 1 loss. The Flat Earth Angels 2 draws, 2 losses. The big one, I think the big game left in this play pool, I think Power Hour has not played The Walking Dead Reanimated yet, and that's happening week 7. So that one's really going to determine stuff, because as I look at this leaderboard, Power Hour is going to take that number, has already taken, is pretty much taking that number 1 spot uncontested. At the end of the week, they'll be sitting at number 1. Walking Dead Reanimated will probably be number 2. That's what I'm thinking, yep. And then,
Probably, yeah.
yeah, and then Trip has to fight his way back up. I mean, he's not out of it yet. He could take that number 2 spot, or well, he could shoot for all we know. He could jump back into number 1 if Power has a bad couple of games. But
we've done it in the past. We found it very easy to miss playoffs. Just find Caven and put him in my play pool, and I won't come anywhere near playoffs.
Well, you guys have been getting, I think, better every year, right? So, last year finals, and then maybe this year championship. We'll
no, we had an off year the year before that, so we're easily susceptible for a downturn. It's happened before, and like I said, there's nothing guaranteed. So we're happy to get a win, and we're happy to get a win, and I'm always happy with a bowl game. I have no problem playing bowl games on that. I enjoy the Bloodweiser Bowl, and I would be glad to go back to it.
Those games are really fun. Like, yeah, compared to playoffs, bowl games are a lot less stressful, and they are just kind of fun. Right?
It has a different feel, and I really like the bowl games. Yeah, I would gladly go to a bowl game. I think it has a better environment for my team.
Yeah, unfortunately, you've been cursed with this good coaching ability and a great team. So it looks like you'll have to grin and bear this horrible playoff curse that you're gonna be that you're in line for.
It was mostly the dice. The dice did all the work. I just pushed buttons.
I don't know about that, but great job, both of you guys. This is a good show put on. Trip, I mean, you definitely did your best, just to weather some really really tough dice in difficult situations. Today wasn't your day, but other days will be. Very good display from both of you. Blue, do you have anything anything else to add before we cut the broadcast?
It's just that it seems like just about all our play pools are so tight this year.
Parity is real in the MML, man.
Yeah.
It is definitely no easy games.
No. And it seems like everybody's been playing not to lose, it seems like.
Yeah.
And that's why we're getting so many draws, I think.
Yeah, I think people are figuring, well, 1 point is better than no points. And maybe it has to do with relegation also, not wanting to,
yeah, I think it could be. Yeah.
Trip, any parting thoughts?
I would like to reply to one topic earlier, which was about Kill Team. I think it was not well explained by myself what I mean to it, by what I mean. What I mean by it, generally how the team gains advantage. Well, you ask yourself, how does that team gain advantage in attack? How does that team gain advantage in defense? How does that team break the cage? And if all the answers are by removing opposition players, that's a kill team.
No, yeah, I think it's just a potato. Um,
Yeah, at no point in time it was meant to compare to those all Klopomb boring guys in Champions Ladder who concede after losing first player and using Apple in him. And of course, shots players are very varied. None of them are the same. However, these late team values, of course, uh, well, skill sets become a little bit closer than they are starting. At the start, shots team are really definition of fun, I think.
Alright. Shots. Any parting thoughts on your end?
No, it was a great game. Tripp's a good coach. I mean, a real nice person. As much as he tried not to be, you could still tell even when he was playing his heel character that he was a very knowledgeable person. You know, knew the information he was talking about, and yeah, I unblocked him a day or two ago, and it's really one of those where he's been a lovely person in the chat, and I'm glad to see him coming into his own a little bit, and it's really enjoyable. I appreciated the game.
And I'd like to
Same,
say,
same.
just from from a perspective of I think a lot with Tripp, with his sense of humor, kind of got lost in translation. It's really hard, and he gets a lot of props because to come into a league that is primarily English speaking, and it's not your native language, and some of the stuff really gets lost in context, and it's really difficult. Like he just going so out of his way to contribute and be a part of the community, and some of the jokes get kind of lost and somebody takes them the wrong way, and I play in a French league, just trying to improve my French, and I'll tell you, like, if you think I know I talk a lot in the MML, or I try to communicate a lot in the MML, but in the French league I'm quiet as hell because I'm just like, constantly, I'm trying to pick I don't want to say this wrong, I don't want to, it's very, can be very intimidating when you don't speak the language as your native language, and Tripp does an awesome job with us. So, from my end, I salute you, Tripp. I love the contributions, and keep it up. And yeah, good job, both of you today. So, all right, you've been watching the MML. Check out MMLPro.com if you want to learn more about these teams. Both of these guys have written articles, I think, about their squads. Very, very interesting on both ends. There's constantly something going on MMLPro.com. Check it out. Check out how to join the league, how to play on our farm. If you do well in the farm, your team gets some respect. They can get their ticket to the challenge league and see how they do there. And if they make it out of the challenge league and get promoted to the pros one day, you could also be here playing in one of these pro play pools, live on Twitch, having your game announced by me or More Shots or Trip or Blue Max or any of our other famous announcers. So thanks you all for tuning in, and that's all we got for you tonight. And we are out.